Welcome to PIL, the Planetside Infantry League. This is 6v6. Two teams containing 6 players face off each other on a pre-selected base for 2 rounds of 15 minutes. The goal is simple: try to outscore your opponent. There are many ways to score points. Each kill of your opponent grants 1 point, with a few exceptions. A kill with a rocket launcher is worth 0 points. A kill as a max unit is also worth 0 points. But killing an enemy max unit will grant you 6 points no matter the weapon. The first capture or defense grants your team a total of 9 points. After this, a capture in the same round will grant your team a total of 18 points. As you gain points, there are some actions of which you will lose points. A team kill or a suicide makes you lose 2 points. A team kill on a max or suicide as 1 makes you lose 8 points. Each team starts from a designated spawn position from a vehicle called the Sunder. When the first round ends, both teams will switch sides. The team with the highest score at the end of 2 rounds wins the match. May the best team win.
Twitch chat. Welcome to PIL. Let's introduce our casters for the match.
I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block.
It's lit!
I really rock on any block. I really rock on any block.
Yo! It's PIL time, baby!
Doritos wins again.
Yo, welcome to the PIL Invitational. My name is Shocker, and with me today, we have the one and only Leroy Twizzlers. How are you doing today, Leroy?
Oh, after that video, I'm doing so good.
I'm glad to hear it, man. I hope everybody in chat is also excited for this event. It's going to be a great time. We have a lot of fun stuff going on. If you want to check out our channels as well, we have our personal channels up on the screen. Feel free to follow either myself and or Leroy, whoever you prefer. Leroy is more of the analytical streamer, while I am more of the... let's move on.
Doofus. Love you. Oh, boy.
But today we have more matches going on. Today we're going to be going over the RAM and BAX lineups, the maps that they will be playing, and then obviously we'll be going into the match itself. Do you have any insights on the match that we're going into, Leroy, right now? We have 2 really strong teams, honestly.
Yeah, Ram and Bax will definitely be interesting, especially on Paris. Ram's match against B-Way yesterday was quite nice to see, even with the scuffed script restart. I think what happened, I don't remember why it happened, but I think like the script crashed or something. But after that, it was pretty scrappy. It was pretty close the whole way through, and then I think Ram got that 1 point cap, and then they just like sort of ran away with it for a little bit. So it'll be very interesting to see. These 2 teams could be a bit close, but I would probably put BAX to be the winner of this one for my prediction.
Yeah, and I think that's a solid prediction. I know BAX is missing a couple players that they would prefer be in their starting lineup today, but still a strong roster across the board. If we look at the rosters that we have here on the screen at the moment, BAX has 12 solid players. I definitely would say one of their highlight players that they're missing at the moment is Gelos. Aflic and Kawhi. Aflic and Kawhi could not be present. I think Aflic's on vacation. Hopefully he has a good vacation. But today's starting lineup for BAX is Coach, Skimp, Shelm, Gratka is dead, Zarek, and Moons. So a solid team. I think there is some inexperience coming from players like Zarek and Moons, but hard carry players like Gratka is dead and Shelm. On the Ram side, we have Bashar, Nikki G, Zenora, Hearts on Fire, Osprey, Charlie, Fluffy Puck, Punisher, Dump Dead, Brenos, and Yak. I have a little bit of experience with some of these players. I know Osprey is a very, very strong player, as well as Nikki G, and just some well-known names across the board. Do you have any insights on this team?
Yeah, I've scrimmed Ram before. Usually there are 2 hard carries that I have noticed. Osprey can go off as a bolter, but the 2 hard carries that I tend to see is Hearts on Fire and Nikki G. Like both of them are really, really good. Bashar, if his aggressive play works out, he can sometimes carry, but it's usually just Nikki and Hearts that are really the strong suit. And then their LA, who I believe is Punisher, he's also pretty solid. So it's a pretty decently solid team all around. So on Paris, I would imagine that they would be able to put up a fight against BAX here. I don't think it's going to be so one-sided.
Yeah, and a little spoiler alert on the maps. We can hop into those too. The first map that we will be playing here is Paris Eastern.
Oh, which obs cam color are we doing? This is scuffed.
Oh, we are going to be
The
on
tier
purple.
BS. We're in BS. Yeah, gotcha.
So map 1 will be Paris Eastern, map 2 will be Gone in Southern. Paris Eastern, we've seen it throughout the tournament today. A strong map for high frag environments. We've seen some hard carries, some really good light assault plays, and I would say this is one of the best maps to not only play on but to watch. A lot of the action is really centered in that L building with solid flanks going into the I buildings and the Chevron building. I know you've played on this map a lot, and you have a lot of insight on this. You have anything to add for this as well?
Yeah, a lot of the fighting is definitely going to be in the L building. That just is kind of the anchor of this map. Like, if you have the L building, you can sort of control the rest of the map to a T. Chevron and I building should definitely not be ignored, though. You can get some really good flanks going off if you just sort of keep them distracted on the L building, so to speak. So those buildings should definitely not be ignored, but yes, most of the fighting is more than likely just going to be like an L-shaped scrapping sort of deal.
Yeah, and I think something else that we'll probably see a lot of action on is on the light assault side. I've seen a lot of double LA setups, and BAX comes in with a bit of a disadvantage, I think, here, not having HQ. Arguably their best light assault on the roster. Zarek is what I'd say probably the best backup light assault, but if they're going to have to fight two LAs on the Ram side, they might run into a lot of difficulty.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because double LA on this map is just extremely, extremely good. You get so much L roof control with two LAs. You could do one LA if you really wanted to. I believe we've done one LA. Usually we switch out of it, though. Like, usually we'll switch in between the matches or inside the like halves themselves. It usually just depends on how the match is going, but you can get away with either one or two. But generally, the meta tends to lean towards two. It's just much easier to play around that L building with all the LA drops if your LAs are winning the roof fight.
Agreed. I'd like to talk about, I'd say, players to watch. I think there are a lot of solid players on both sides, but I think the player that I will be most interested to see is Shelm here. He's one of the best bolters that I've seen play this game, and I would put him in that tier 1 list of just best bolters. And I know the way he likes to play on this map is very centered around the point and the tree in the center of the map. Do you have any players that you think will be the player to watch in this match?
Shelm, definitely one of them. Obviously Greg. Graka is dead, also known as Greg. He will definitely be another one. He's probably going to be, I would imagine he's going to just be, Gossa heavy on this map, and it's pretty good on this map. It's a little bit close quarters, so maybe not as strong as other maps. But I would definitely say he's probably going to be pulling that out. Nikki and Hearts are probably just going to be doing standard MSWR heavy. They are really good at getting in scraps with people once they're on. So I would imagine that those are going to be like the 4 main players to watch. Osprey is also a pretty big key as well. If he's able to do well as a bolt, he will allow Nikki and Hearts and the LAs to really run away with this map if he's on.
Agreed, and I've been punished by Osprey on multiple occasions versing him. A really crack shot, so it's going to be exciting to see the two bolters face off on such a close quarters map as this one. And just kind of quickly summarize, we'll go more into depth of map 2, but Gone in Southern as well is going to be a really high impact area for both of the bolters, as the close quarters proximity allows them to just hold these tight angles and get easy picks.
Yeah, Shelm, I believe, on Ganon is like, Shelm is just, he's just got that aim, man. He's just got that bolter aim. Like, he's got the flex, he's got the twitch aim, he's got the drag shot, he's got everything.
Match start, 1 minute.
And we got 1 minute apparently.
Yeah,
all right,
with
so
that,
we will be getting into this pretty soon.
Yeah, with that, we'll head over to the in-game screen. We can see both of these rosters on the top right corner. So just to kind of go over the rosters one more time. I know we didn't confirm the starting lineup for Ram. We have Brenos, Punisher, Nikki G, Osprey, Zenora, and Bashar. And then again on the backside we have Shelm, Coach, Graka is dead, Moons, Skimp, and Zarek.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting match to see. I didn't realize Sonora was playing either. If Sonora can do well, he will also be a good factor.
Yeah, and it looks like we
So
do have some
let's see when this
cordium
match
set up here.
starts.
Very weird.
10.
Gotta get your Jaeger construction in, man. No ant, though, unfortunately, so no one's going to be able to harvest that. So the match should be starting any second here.
Yep, and looks like we have match start here. We'll look at the Ram side.
Yep.
They are going for that double LA, 1 bolter and 3 heavies. I'm excited to see what BAX is doing here on the opposite side. It doesn't...
They are not moving.
Yeah, it doesn't look like BAX has started, so Ram will get an easy start for the match.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Come on, Bax, what are you doing?
And here they come. A very late start. Allowing Ram to set up at their earliest convenience. Very interesting play from BAX, so we'll see how they counter this.
Intended bait. This will be very... I don't know why the hell that happened, but very interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and it looks like they will agree to restart, I think,
they're gonna
because
reset, it looks like.
yeah, that's not going to be the most ideal situation for the BAX side. A bit embarrassing, honestly, especially being a BAX member myself. _weird. But I think we will see a bit of a restart here. Unfortunate, and apologies to everybody in chat that's watching.
Yeah, blame Bax. Bax is scuffing it already.
Yeah, and
Two
maybe
KDR already scuffing it.
maybe it was a strat for BAX to have a late start, make them think that they weren't there. Huge flank incoming, but
Nikki G in chat. Finally, we won an opener, guys. Keck W.
But I think the backside, I only saw 1 light assault, so Zarek is gonna have a lot of trouble here trying to 2v1 against 2 light assaults on top of such a small roof as the L building. I know maps like maps like Aiken South can allow him to kind of play more passive and be further away, but when you're stuck on the L-shaped roof, you can't really fall back. There's not a lot of cover, especially on the southeast side that they're starting on here. So once he starts getting 2v1'd here, he's gonna need some support, maybe bait down to the balcony, or they might need to just throw Coach on light assault. I know he is also an experienced light assault.
Yeah, like if he's going 1v2 against 2 LAs and the 2 LAs just start dunking him, he's not going to have much, like you said, much area to fall back on, especially if the heavies inside the L shape are going to be winning. They'll just be able to push right to him, and then he won't either be able to go in the building or up on the roof. He's just going to get pushed all the way back to pretty much behind the I shape. So that kind of concerns me if they're only running 1 LA, but they could just be starting out and sort of like testing the water, so to speak, with 1 LA, and then they're probably going to adapt later, is my guess here.
Yeah, and hopefully the game plan is for Zarek to kind of bait. If Zarek is coming in with the mindset of trying to 2v1, or maybe he thinks there's only going to be 1 light assault, so a 1v1, he's going to be, I guess, unpleasantly surprised. Trying to 2v1 strong light assaults from the Ram side, it's, you kind of add that ping and you add that aim, and this is a European team versus a North American team. It's going to be a rough time for Zarek. So unless he gets some help or he has a game plan coming into this, I expect a pretty strong negative, and I'd hate to see that.
Yeah, it would really suck. But who knows? Maybe they have plans for this. Maybe they got backup plans, so we'll see what happens. Shelm's really going to have to be popping off here as well. They're going to do that whole 2 versus 1 LA situation.
Restart is in now 95 seconds.
95 seconds, okay.
Yeah, so it looks like in about a minute and a half we will get started again.
Yeah, so like not this 0, but next 0, I believe.
Yeah, and just I guess for anybody new watching, we'll be calling these buildings by certain names. The building in question here is the I-shaped building. This building is usually called the Chevron or the V-shaped building. This is also the I-shaped building. And then lastly is the L-shaped building, where we will see a lot of fighting in here. It's going to be...
Oh, no, that's Chevron, I believe.
Oh, Chevron? I know some people call it V, and then some people call it Chevron, so...
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on who you're playing with.
Yeah, I usually call this L shape, this bigger one the L shape, then you have the I shape, and then this little one's the Chevron.
Yeah, and then lastly, the L-shaped building is where we're going to see the majority of the fighting going on. Light assaults will be up top here, trying to win their 1v1s, and then drop down onto the balcony to get flanks onto the heavy assaults, who will be having the majority of their fighting on the 2nd and 1st floor here.
Yeah, one thing to point out is that since BAX are running one light assault, them having an extra heavy
36.
shield to work with, that might play a factor into winning the inside. So the 2 LA factor might not be as big of a problem if BAX is able to win their heavy fights inside.
Agreed.
So we'll see how they do on the opener here. We should be starting in 15, just about, I believe.
Yeah, and I wonder
10.
if BAX got at least any sort of glimpse at the 2 LAs. Maybe they'll switch if they did, but otherwise, I think the starting lineups will be exactly the same. And
Yeah.
here we go with match start. We'll take a look at the
BAX
back
is-
side.
Yep, they're starting this time. Good sign already.
Yep, really good
Improvement.
sign for BAX. We're very proud of our BAX boys. And BAX's lineup will be 4 heavy assaults, 1 bolter, and 1 light assault. And to start out this match, I'm going to follow Zarek up here and see how he deals with this 2v1. Zenora's
So
playing
far-
very wide, and Punisher's staying right on top of the L-shaped building. And it looks like Bashar will get the flank on him, so that's an easy kill for him.
Yeah, Punisher, Nicky G's jumping off the balcony here. He's going to get Shelm, push into the bottom of L here. See if he can get a cleanup here onto Skimp. Nicky does Kami him in the head. Very nice. Nicky's going to try to Kami Coach. Oh, he's only 1 bullet off. So BAX does end up winning that L-shape initial
Yeah.
fight here.
Solid communication, I think, between Skimp, Coach, and Moons right there. They turn instantly around to get Nicky. But
on the
Zarek
point
had a
here for
very
Shelm.
unfortunate beginning to this, getting caught out by that
Yeah.
heaviest.
And they got to be careful. Zarek and Shelm both sitting on the point here. So they
Ooh,
do get the point
solid
cap
push-up.
over. Punisher and Zarek meeting up on the roof here. Zarek immediately goes down. Shelm trying to get Bashar in this eye shape here. Osprey sitting by the tree, just trying to prevent Shelm from bolting him. Very good hold there. Zenora sitting on the roof of the Chevron currently. So Rams so far pretty decent aerial hold, I would say. BAX are inside the L shape, but they're kind of spread out decently. They just need to make sure they don't get picked by Shelm here.
Ooh, and Shelm kind of gets caught out here by Zenora.
Yeah,
Shelm
almost
barely
does.
gets away right there. And yeah, Shelm and Osprey currently know where each other are, just not specifically. Bashar's going to try and push on point and get a flip, maybe get some space for Osprey.
Nicky gets another Kami kill on the coach here. He's pushing into the L-shaped cubby. Moons does blitz him down though. Moons with the blitz again.
Yeah, I
He's
think
getting a lot of snick lately.
yeah, Moons is definitely trying to take advantage, I think, of the close quarters of the L-shaped building here, because he's primarily playing inside of here right now. And Moons is going to get flanked by Brenos right now.
Oh, good shot on the Skimp from Osprey there. Skimp goes down immediately. Coach has nobody else with him to push into L here. He has Zarek with him on the drop, but Ram will be pushing in closely here.
Yeah, and Ram will have a bit of a slow start, but I think the control of the roofs right now made it so that Shelm couldn't play as aggressively as he wanted. Zenora did a lot of good damage to him, and now the point will be on Ram's side. Graka and Coach are on the second floor of the L shape. And Greg is going to chase him down right now. He's going to try and take it on punish.
Yeah, Zarek should be able to. Zarek doesn't. Wow, Zarek doesn't finish him off there. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that maybe that's a
Might
good
be.
decision with Nicky's positioning as well. And unfortunately, Zarek will die to Bashar inside of the I-shape building.
Yeah, interesting. So we have Osprey just sitting on orange crate here. Just kind of trying to keep the point under contention here, making sure that Shelm can't hide behind trees or anything to try to cap it back. They have
Ooh, and
another
a
L-shape
huge
right
double
now.
kill from Coach right now, and he gets the trade. He gets supported by Moons, and that's a 3-kill increase for BAX with no trade from Ram. That's huge. And the L-shaped control
Very
right now
nice.
for BAX is excellent. Shelm playing outside just needs to.
Oh, gets Osprey. Osprey goes down to Shelm there. Zarek is on Chevron roof here. He might be trying to get some harassment damage off, but he is getting the links down, but I believe Zenora is running that links.
Yeah, and I think we're starting
So-
to see Zarek just not really mess with the roof. He wants to play closer to his heavy.
Bashar gets sniped inside the tree by Shelm. Oh, that's a nutty shot. So BAX holding this L shape really nicely so far. They got the point back, so that's good. They're going to even out the time a bit. Osprey peeking down just the center of this point here, still just hugging that area. Zarek looks like he died to him.
Oh, and Zenora's going to push through the window here. Will get Graka is dead, but Moons will get the trade. What a shot from Osprey.
what a
That angle is
shot.
so hard to get.
Nutty shot. Osprey playing pretty well so far, I would say, at the start here. He's just holding this area here, holding the point, and when he needs to get into the L shape to maybe get a quick pick or some dead body shot damage, he's immediately in there to help him out. Bashar does go down in a very awkward area. He was pushed up quite far.
Yeah, Nicky also gets killed right now, but I believe
Zenora
from
gets
Moons.
2 in building.
Yeah, Punisher actually gets 2 kills on a Coach and Skimp inside the L shape,
Oh,
I
it's
believe.
Punisher, okay. Now Zenora gets bolted by Shelm in this L-shape window here. I believe Shelm is sitting inside the I-shape. Yeah, he's inside the I building right now, just holding that window there.
Yeah, and I think that was a
needs to be
full wipe
careful
for the backside, so they're going to need to regroup and figure out how to approach this again. The L-shape control's been really strong for them, so I'm expecting that. And Greg's actually on the flank right now. Will get caught out, and Moons needs to get out of there.
Coach is pushing into the L-shape. Coach is closing in on Osprey in the corner here. Osprey needs to hit. Oh, and he hits the shot onto Coach. Amazing shot. It looks like Skimp does go down. Bashar is chasing, I believe, chasing Shelm, but Shelm combies him. Shelm is going to try to get Brenos, but Brenos does kill him. And Punisher with a really nice drop onto Zarek as well to make sure Brenos stays alive. So very well played hold there, I would say. Very well played fight, and now they're going to be able to hold this for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I think Zarek needs some support right now. Currently 0 kills, -6 when it's net score. He needs some sort of help, or he needs to change his playstyle soon.
Yeah, they need double LA, I feel. I think Zarek is just kind of getting destroyed right now. He needs another LA with him.
And Moon's going in on the flank inside of Chevron. We'll get one kill.
Zarek gets Sonora on the Chevron roof, though, so that opens up Chevron flank for Greg here. So I think he's going to go on that. He's going on that.
Osprey knows that they're coming from Chevron right now. His eyes are on the prize. If one of them peeks, this is going to be a shot. Ooh, in the miss. That's critical. What a pinch from Nicky Brenos.
Bashar was right behind him, too. Right on the stairs there. They pinched him so well there. Shelm's still on the point here, just trying to make sure he keeps tapping this so they don't get a cap here.
Yeah, and Shelm currently not doing as strong as we would have expected. 5 kills, net 0 score, and I think he keeps getting caught out on this flank from the I building. Currently getting shot at by Bashar. Greg's going to come here and try to get the flank. He'll die, no! But Moons will get the trick.
I just saw Shelm get a nutty shot once again, as if that's a surprise on this orange crate here. Osprey goes down immediately into a bolter fight. It's a very well placed shot. Shelm is getting flanked.
What a 180! I saw that from so far away. What a shot from Shelm.
Oh, Lord. That's what I'm talking about. Shelm is just holding this area, just getting those shots when he needs to get them. He's doing really well so far.
I think Zarek might have been changing his playstyle here a little bit. He now has 2 kills, which is a massive improvement from 0. So as long as he keeps playing like that, he should be able to have some more impact. Bashar right now on the roof of I, though. Zarek will try and get the flank, but Zarek's getting caught out by Zenora.
Yep, Bashar doing a little bit of shuffling there. Shelm did kill Osprey once again onto that orange crate, so he's trying to keep him down, so this opens up the point here, which is really smart from him. He's trying to keep the point tapped over in Bax's favor to save time, and he's just constantly killing Osprey to make sure that they can just stay along the point and don't get picked as they're going towards the L shape.
And you can hear Ram spotting out so many of the BAX players. They know everybody is inside the L shape, so I'm trying to see what kind of approach they're going to do here.
Yeah, they're working off a lot of information right now.
Rise to the moment, you can prevail.
Osprey's just sitting behind supporting Nicky G here.
Oh, and looks like the push is starting to go in. Nicky and Osprey starting to push up.
Yep.
Going in for the second floor. Osprey's going to play underneath.
Shelm with a great shot on Nicky, and Brenos immediately goes down too.
Yeah, Greg gets a solid double kill right there. And now they're playing underneath inside of the cubby. Skimp loves to play here.
Yep, he's going to get sandwiched here though.
Ooh, but the 2 LAs with the drop. He needs to get out of there ASAP. Rocky. Zenora will get that kill.
He does go down, unfortunately.
What a shot from Shelm! Oh my god!
Now Greg gets a comment kill into Zenora. Almost kills Nicky, but he goes, he lives. Zara comes in with a good time drop. He might die to Brenos here, though. No,
he barely gets away with the skin of his teeth. But yeah, Ram does a really good job of re-securing this, actually.
The Zicarus jets, man. The Zicarus jets are so good if you need to get away in a sticky situation like that. They're so strong. Shelm in between Chevron and I here, just kind of looking for a pick. Emp does go out. Not sure if that hits Shelm or not, but we have another bit of a bolt fight here between Chevron and I. Osprey trying to aggressively peek Shelm here.
And some crazy plays going on right now. So many trades and flanks. That was absolutely crazy to watch. Bax will come on top. And I think Nicky realizes this. He's trying to play a little bit passive. Never mind. He's going in by himself. He will get skimmed. And Nicky needs to get out of there. He's currently inside of the cubby. Pistols out. Can he get the commissioner shots he needs? Nope. Moons will get him.
Moons will get him. Yep. Very nice. And we have Zenora harassing. Actually gets coach. Did Shelm land that shot? No, he didn't. If Shelm landed that shot, I was just done.
Yeah, Shelm is nasty. He's hitting some nasty shots. Currently, I know earlier I said he was 5-5 net 0. Currently 10-5 +5.
He's an eye. Oh, he does go down to Bashar. He hit a really nasty shot into the Brenos there. He's getting pushed by 2 heavies and immediately just quick peeks and headshots him immediately. Once again, though, Osprey holding this point. It's directly on 2 minutes now, so it's like as if the match didn't even start. Just a whole bunch of death matching right now.
Yeah, and this is so back and forth. There's 5 minutes left, and it's currently 49 to 50. Cap has been going back and forth as well. This has been one of the most exciting matches, I think, of this tournament.
Oh, I would say so, yeah. This is very scrappy. This is the stuff I like to see here. So Skimp conking down towards bottom L here. I do believe they're pushing up the second floor. They've got 2 people going into killing Sonora on the L-shaped window.
Ooh, and Skimp will get what a shot from Osprey. Coach goes to get the kill onto Brenos to try to get that trade, and Osprey absolutely punishes him. Graka and Moons will get those trades at the end, but that was an amazing shot from Osprey. These shots from Osprey and Shelm are insane.
Yeah, they're very, very key as to why this match is so close right now, because they're stopping potential pushes onto the point, preventing actual control. And once again, Shelm pushes in so aggressively, gets a quick shot onto Osprey, and Bashar does not end up killing him there, but he does end up going down to, I believe, Nikki right there. So they have a bit of control here. They can push into Graka here, probably kill him, and they'll probably go push into bottom L here since they have numbers advantage, and probably take control of L here. So we'll see if any BAX want to stick around here and try to fight, and that does not look like the case. There's 2 up top, though. We have Coach up top, though. We have 2.
Yeah, Punisher dropping onto Moons. Moons doesn't know.
Yep, Zarek dies. Brenos dies. Coach, I believe, might have killed Nikki there. I believe.
Just caught a crazy shot again from Shelm at the corner of II.
Good lord, Shelm. I just keep hearing a Sasser go off in the distance. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you check the scoreboard, you see Shelm get 3 kills. You're like, what just happened?
Yeah, no. Tell you, man. When Shelm's on, he's on. He's a very nice dark horse whenever he's actually like hella on.
You are better.
Coach gets a solid kill on the point.
Yeah, kind of just a lull around here. Zenora's sitting way back here, trying to hold
What a
this
bait
chevron
from
here.
Coach. He baits Brenos into trying to push him into Cubby, and Moons drops right underneath, uses that blitz to get that quick DPS at short range. And again, this point has been going back and forth. No one has capped this, and there's only 3 minutes left in this, excuse me, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. A lot of different trades going on right now. It's insane.
Yeah, that blitz is really working well for Moons, it seems. Every time I've seen him with that blitz, he's gotten good flanks where he can just straight up hip fire like 2 people on a flank and immediately kill them with that like rate of fire. So I can see why he's been using it. It just works out for him. And Bashar does end up killing Coach here, and Moons is trying to get him. And I do believe Zarek got him. Yep, Zarek got him.
Looks like Moons is gonna maybe chase. Nope, he will not. He's gonna play that smart and not. Never mind. He's trying to find these light assaults, but he's gonna be rudely surprised if he gets dropped.
Shelm died in Chevron, and Greg is still around here. I believe Osprey is trying to. Oh my God, they did not notice each other. They ran right by each other and didn't notice each other at all.
That's insane.
Because of the box. That's hilarious.
And Greg doesn't know he's gonna run right by Bashar. That's a triple team right now inside of Chevron. And now that BAX has this information, I think Ram's gonna get a really strong push on the point.
Yeah.
Shelm's gonna get caught out here if he doesn't play it smart. What a shot! How, dude? How?
He's looking for that shot onto Osprey now. He's just trying to time those peaks. Osprey keeps re-peeking though, so very nice by him. Shelm was looking for that shot.
Yeah, he's gonna change his positioning to the right. Osprey is dead too. Shelm is insane, bro.
He's getting so many picks right now. It's insane. He's getting all these clutch picks to prevent any form of pressure onto this point here by Ram. I'm pretty sure. I would wager to say Shelm is the sole reason they have a minute lead on this point here, because Ram has just been unable to push here due to Shelm's threat.
Yeah, and kind of like how we talked about. Yeah, kind of like how we talked about earlier during that during the pre-game. Shelm's favorite spot to play on this map is this tree, and I think that's why he has 18 kills. Moon's also going off right now, 19 kills, plus 10 net score, the top frag of the game.
Yeah, he's doing really well with that blitz. I think he's pretty much found his calling on this map, so for sure. Just running those SMGs, just being that SMG heavy. Skimp and Nikki do trade on the stairs of L here. Zenora does get Moons. Bashar and Zarek, I believe, trade. Greg goes down into the cubby here. So many trades back and forth. It's so hard to keep track. Zenora going back up to the roof here.
I think Shelm just got Osprey again. Oh my God.
Let me see. Yeah, Osprey's dead on the tree. I would assume Shelm got him again.
And another push from BAX going up. Moons with the blitz is so strong on that staircase. He doesn't even have the ADS.
Yeah, he's just hip firing and just gunning them down. And Bashar gets double teamed there. Osprey does get a good pick on a coach there on the stairs, it looked like. Shelm gets Osprey again. He's just keeping Osprey down with these shots. That's like the 6th time I've seen him do that.
And 20 seconds left on the cap, 48 seconds left in the half. Ram either needs to decide to flip this point and try to get some more control of it, because they're messing with seconds right now, and these 9 points will be critical to them wanting to run away with this.
Oh, Coach, that's Osprey.
Did Shelm just get that kill again? Osprey is mauling.
Oh, Nikki gets an amazing clean though. Zenora drops down. They do save the point. Oh, all those kills that Nikki got, and then that Zenora drop pretty much saved him from losing another 9 points. That was extremely crucial that they get that. So they need to just hold this until the half ends, which I think is what they're doing. Nikki's just sort of holding this area, but he can't get shot from between Chevron and I here. So he needs to be careful.
And Bashar's going for a nasty flank right now. If he can get this flank and capitalize, there's only 3 seconds though. He needs to get a kill or needs to just stay down. He doesn't want to feed here.
Yep, just holding this tree. Shelm's looking for another pick, or not Skimp, sorry. I believe that's half.
Yes,
yeah, they're calling half.
That was a crazy half. Ram is playing excellent, and Bax is playing excellent. Shelm is doing some insane plays. Moons is doing some solid carrying, but Ram, I think, is just playing consistently well together. There's not like a hard carry right now, and we can take a look here at the halftime scores.
Yeah, so far, Shelm and Moons look like they're doing a major amount of work on the backside. You have plus 11 on Shelm, 22 picks. You have Moons with 20 kills, plus 9 net with that blitz heavy. And then you look at the Ram side. You know, the Ram side, it's like no one's really hard feeding or hard carrying. It's like you said, it's much more like spread. So not surprised to see that the point gap is this close after that. I would say that Zarek, he started off a bit rough. He's only -5. He has 10 kills. It's fairly rough, but it's not too bad for having to 1v2 2 light assaults on Paris. So definitely not a bad score from him by any means. Shelm and Moons definitely are the big two right now, though, for BAX that is creating this 9-point gap right now, I would say.
Yeah, I think, you know, chat right now, Wilden saying we are biased casters, but these plays from Shelm and Moons, they're all-star plays, man. We're not seeing that much of a hard carry from Ram, but, you know, Nicky's doing some solid work. I've been following him and Bashar as well. I'm surprised to see Bashar be negative. I think he might have team killed somebody with that -4, although having 16 kills. But Bashar's flanks and his baits are so strong. But we can just go over the scores real quick. Nicky going 16 and 14. I believe he is the top frag of the team, tied up with Bashar.
Yeah, tie with Bashar, yeah.
Yeah, and Osprey going net 0. I think he's just getting punished by Shelm so much.
Yeah.
Shelm's accuracy right now and his headshot ratio is insanity. Osprey going 14 and 14. Zenora 10 and 14. Keep spamming that to help out Zenora. He needs your energy right now. Brenno's currently 11 and 18, and Punisher going 11 and 9. The light assault play, I think, started out really strong, but ended up not being as strong as I thought it was going to be. Although Zarek was feeding going 10 and 15, the light assault play, I think, got countered by how blobbed up the BAX heavies were. But looking at the back scores right now, we currently have Skimp going 9 and 11. Yikes. Shelm going 22 and 11. Coach going 11 and 15. Moon's going 20 and 11. Zarek going 10 and 15. And lastly, Gretka is dead going 15 and 16. And I think Greg ended up getting team killed here by someone.
Got team killed,
yeah. It looks like Coach team killed him. Typical Coach feeding.
Oh, Coach. Coach, how dare you? Looks like Coach is calling ready on their side, so let's see if Ram calls ready. Yep, they called ready, so we'll be getting a countdown here soon, I would quite imagine.
Yeah, so I think
this is...
And I'm surprised to see Coach only having 9 kills. I think early on he was the top frag of his team with 7. Might have just been getting a lot more assists or playing more of a baiting role for his team, which is understandable. But if BAX is to continue doing what they're doing and have Shelm and Moons carry this hard, then they'll be good to go. And I think if Ram keeps playing together and doing these solid flanks, then they will also just be a solid contender for winning this map.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Ram plays this side of the map. I really only ever paid attention to them playing the side they just played. So I want to see how they play out this this I-shaped side. See if they do any roof jumps or if they just do a whole chevron flank like crazy and just completely ignore the L building. And that is the 1 minute counter. So we got 1 minute left. Yep. Yeah, like the giveaway in chat, everyone was spamming Shocker.
Yeah, I thought I was doing something wrong. I got a bit scared.
I know. I had the same thought. I looked at chat. And I'm like, oh god, what are we doing?
Yeah, so I
Just a nice little giveaway.
Yeah, I think Zarek did a solid job coming back. He really changed his playstyle, knowing he wasn't going to get any help because he was 0-6 in the
30
beginning.
seconds.
Now 10-15. That's a pretty big comeback, even though he is negative.
Yeah, if you go off the 06, he was basically up +1. If you ignore those 6 deaths that he started out with, so he definitely did something. He changed something that started working for him once he realized, like, oh, I got 2 light assaults and I'm 1v2. So he probably played a bit more of a defensive supporting role rather than trying to actively go and look for spots and look for information.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I think Bashar just needs to play a little bit more passive because his flanks have had solid results. And it does look like the second half here is starting, but Bashar's had some solid results. I think he's just not doing him at the correct timings. He needs to wait, I think, a little bit longer, and he'll be solid to go because his aim's on point, his flanks are on point.
We got a big fight coming in here in the cell building. Oh, Moons is already dead. Greg's already dead. Nicky's already dead. Zenora's already dead. Coach is
Everyone's dying on the Ram side.
Dead. Yeah, Zarek
Osprey has no
though.
choice but to fall back. Zarek got a solid flank. I don't know what happened with the light assaults there.
Yeah, Coach kills Punisher here. I do believe we have Bashar on the balcony.
What a shot from Osprey! Just deletes him.
Yep, Osprey on this window now. They have control of the L shape right now. They got to get this point flip going if they
And he
can.
gets Zarek. Osprey is angry. He is here to play.
Osprey's gone Super Saiyan. Greg and oh my god, they just died in this back alley of L here too. Like 2 or 3 dead BAX players.
Osprey gets another one on the coach. He's freaking out right now. Osprey is going to have a bounty if he keeps this up.
Yeah, Shelma's actually doing what Osprey was just doing. He's sitting behind this orange crate just watching the entirety of oh, Osprey gets black-handed by Zarek. Oh, from the top of Chevron. Oh, that was actually pretty crucial. Skimp kills Nicky on bottom of L here. They might be able to set up an L push. Yep, there are 2 already pushing inside.
Yeah, we'll see
Coach
how this
and Skimp
push
and
develops.
Greg, actually.
I think one person was on the balcony, but he'll fall back. I'm not too sure who that was from the Ram side. And Greca's gonna get caught out here if he doesn't.
Shell just no scopes Bashar on orange crate. Oof. Oh, Coach and Zenora go down. Oh, Osprey gets Shelm though. Osprey's turning up now. He's starting to turn on. He's getting a lot of good picks now. He's getting this point cap going over right now.
Yeah,
He's
Nicky with
turning
a
on.
huge flank onto Moons. And if he gets Skimp right here, that'll be L-shaped control. And he will with a sliver of help.
Yeah, Nicky's starting to turn on. Yeah, see, Ram's starting to get into a little bit of a form of their own here, it looks like.
Yeah, that point differential is starting to close in. Ram will get the lead here momentarily if they keep this up.
Yeah, we got a huge, fairly huge push on this L shape here.
Ooh, Bashar will get Shelm. Moons will get the trade.
Coach and Greg on the outside here. Reynolds tries to push him, but immediately goes down. Moon's trying to push out Punisher with the Blitz. Punisher does go down at the very end here, Zenora as well. So BAX definitely getting the L shape and flipping the point again.
Yeah, 2 solid untraded kills from BAX right there, and that'll give him point secure and L-shape control, which is huge.
And Nicky's spamming away on the I-shape window so far. Looks like Punisher is coming around here, trying to get to that roof so he can start getting information to his team here. Greg might have just spotted him there. I'm not sure. Greg might go down. Greg does go down. He gets 2v1.
I think Greg got a hit on that conch and wanted to peek it, but instantly punished by Ram. That was some good communication. And they're going to push in off of this.
Yep, Shelm
Bashar gets one.
Shelm picks off Osprey on the Chevron roof.
What a push from those two.
And Zenora goes down too. Punisher trying to get Zarek. Punisher does get Zarek on the Chevron roof. Shelm pushing in the bottom here of L, but I do believe it's fairly cleared out. Yep, Bashar finishes, goes down. And Punisher does come in and kill him though. Yeah, Punisher comes in, but he's going to go down here to Coach and Moons for sure. Osprey just holding down this little area here
Osprey
with Nicky.
just deletes Coach right there. Nicky thought he was going to get a fight with him, but he just falls to the ground, unfortunately.
Yeah, Osprey kind of holding this, he's kind of holding 2 angles right now. He's holding bottom L, and he's holding down this back alley here just in case they get flanked. So he's probably watching just in case that they were to get flanked.
Zarek going for a flank right now. He will get Brenos, and he's just going to fall off of that.
Yeah, he's going to Icarus Jets back up. Very smart from him. Those Icarus Jets are really, really good on this map. But, oh, Bashar just comes in for a greedy peek and immediately kills him. Works out for him, even though he goes down.
Yeah, Bashar's been catching Zarek on interesting timings right there and has been punishing Zarek a lot, too, with his flank.
And Shelm looking for a pick onto Osprey here. Osprey goes for a shot but misses. And I do believe Moons does get Osprey here.
Ooh, and Shelm gets Nikki outside of the L shape. Gracka will die to Brenos though.
Yeah, Breno's pushing into the cubby here, trying to ensure they get a bit of L control here. It's a little bit risky, but we'll see what happens. Skimp, I do believe, spots him. Spots somebody, surely. Skimp does go down anyway. Bashar gets him. Bashar will probably get
Coach
coached here.
doesn't know where Bashar is.
Yeah.
Ends up going the wrong direction and punished for that.
Yeah.
I think the communication just wasn't there probably.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It was pretty clear he went to the balcony.
Yeah, maybe didn't call out where one was, where one heavy was. Didn't call who's on the balcony and just sort of runs up there. Zarek kind of hiding around on the edge here.
Yeah,
this
Zarek
little
avoiding
whip.
the roof, and actually he's gonna go for it. This is, wait, he gets punished, or where's Zenora? Please, Zenora, help him!
Oh no!
And Bashar will die too. Zenora has no idea. He doesn't know. Oh, he will get him though. Thank you, Zenora. You scared me there for a moment, dude.
Moons does get Osprey. Moons turns around. He does go down. Coach is gonna push, but risky push off of the Sunday spawn timing. Nearly dies for that. Very greedy.
Gracka will get Brenos right from the spawn, so Ram might need to wait a bit longer to get a push together here.
And Punisher gets hit by a random cock there, it looked like. I don't know who threw that one. But it certainly wasn't a teammate. Oh, Greg goes down immediately to Bashar. Dies around the box there.
Ooh, Bashar doesn't know where Coach is. Coach needs to get this kill. What a
Bashar
kill
gets
from Bashar. And the commissioner comes out onto Skimp. He's barely run.
Bashar
If he gets
going
this kill on Zarek.
Oh, he gets him.
Ooh,
Yep,
but
does go
Zenora
down, though.
team kills Bashar. Oh,
Oh,
you
that's
hate to see it.
That's actually pretty bad because of how close the score is. Like, that could actually come back to bite him in the ass later on. Because the score, as far as I can tell on the script, what is it, like 5 in between? Yeah, 5 difference right now.
Yeah, and
that
I think
might
if you
actually
add up
come into play
the,
later.
I think there were 2 team kills that I'm aware of. If you add those up, score is 2-point margin. But yeah, this 123 to 118 at the moment.
Reminds me of my B-Hot scrim. Team kills add up. They add up, man. They add up. Sonora's on the roof here.
And a big heavy ball push right now from BAX. 2 below, 2 above.
Sonora dropped, killed Shelm. So yeah, Ram is I would say they look a little bit more concise here. BAX as well. But you know, they're both getting wiped every now and then, but Ram seem to be a bit better this half, I'd say.
Agreed. Yeah, and I think Zenora right now is just kind of gonna wait for his team to regroup and push back in. But that push from BAX right here was amazing. I think that was the first time we've really seen them completely group up. Shelm with a crazy shot, but gets traded by Osprey. Those happened, I think, within the same server tick. That was insane.
Same tick, literally. So BAX just on the bottom of the cell, just trying to get L control and trying to basically make sure they can keep tapping this point so Ram does not cap it, because if they cap it, that will be detrimental to them as the score is extremely close. Osprey going for a window peek right now. Looks like Brenos tries to go for a fight on this door, but ends up going down.
Yeah, and Zarek gets Zenora, but Punisher gets a solid trade right there. Make sure that the two LA setup right now is really punishing Zarek. He needs to start falling back a little faster.
Greg with the flank on the tree, but he does go down anyway. Would have traded off anyway regardless. Looks like Skimp does get Bashar. Skimp should not push this. He should, yep, exactly. Yeah, stay with your battle buddy here, bud.
And look at Ram's positioning. They have 2 people on point. Really want to make sure this goes
Zarek
through.
going for a drop. Zarek going for a drop, but a little too late. Brenna's with the sliver of health. Coach trying to get onto Osprey, but this is quite risky to do. He does get away with it.
Look at BAX right now. They are so caught out in the open, trying to make sure this point doesn't go through.
And there's just trade after trade after trade. Punisher does get moons. Greg surely will go down here. No, he will not. Oh, he does go down. Okay.
And Ram punishes that so hard, and I think this is going to be point cap for them.
Yeah, this absolutely needs to be point cap. If they get this point cap, they will be sitting at least a little bit prettier than they were before.
Yeah, apparently 135 to 130. This point cap will put them in the lead.
Yeah, they'll be sitting a bit more comfortably mentally, and BAX will probably probably know that they're on the back foot a little bit here off of this. So we might see a bit of change up in how they play, both teams. And as you can kind of see that literally all of BAX are pretty much by L shape, so they're starting to regroup and sort of figure out what they can do to get this point lead back, if they realize that they're actually down a bit. Shelm got a really good pick on the Brenos. He's trying to get Nikki here, but Nikki's just playing around. He's trying to shuffle a bit, but Shelm will get him anyway. Oh, nice 1v2 by Shelm there.
Yeah, and I think Skimp gets 2. Oh, Coach gets those 2 kills actually. Solid work from him.
Yeah, a lot of L-shape fighting here. And we got them coming off the spawn wave here. Osprey going for a cheeky peek. doesn't get anybody, but that would have been pretty cheeky had he gotten that. Bashar once again on the eye roof. He likes to sit up on the eye roof a lot here. I noticed that with him a lot in Paris. Shelm going for cheeky picks again. Have a lot of fighting around this L shape. Looks like we do have Nikki going down.
Did Shelm just get that? Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
No, Osprey's trying to bolt Shelm right now behind the box. Shelm is going to get him. Oh, man. Punisher goes down, too, on the back of the L shape here. Man, Shelm is just hitting. Every time I look at Shelm, he's always hitting a stupid shot every time. Every time. He's just sitting on this point here. He's just trying to keep it held. He's just crouch walking in cloak right now, trying to make sure he isn't seen.
Yeah, and I think Ram right now is just playing more passive now they know that they have the point cap. But Bax is now in the lead again.
Yeah, Osprey got Shelm. Bashar does go down to an eye flank from coaching Greg, but they might. Oh, Brenos goes down immediately. Osprey gets one. Those die though. Sonora on top of Orange here, just trying to harass a little bit. But Shelm, oh my goodness, Shelm. Just comes in behind him and bolts him. Trying to get Punisher. Forced to run back. Coach,
none of these fights have been in the L shape. Have you noticed this? It's all just outside of the L.
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, I'm not too surprised it happens. But yeah, these two teams not really doing a whole lot of L fighting. Kind of surprising. Right now they might do some L fighting. There's like 3 or 4 Ram inside this L shape here. They look like they wanted to get a lot of control on this map here just by going to this L shape because the point cap is going towards Bax a bit. Has been about 2 minutes since.
And a recap is possible. There's 4 minutes left, 2 minutes on the cap. If they play this perfectly, that'll be 18 points. Was that a black hand kill from Zarek? That was nice.
I don't know. I didn't notice. Actually.
I just saw Zenora drop to the ground.
It looks like Bax is pushing into the L shape. We got 3 here. Bashar trying to Kame. I do believe he gets Moons. Skimp goes down to, I believe, Nikki there. Osprey looking for a pick, but he is going to nearly go down. Where did Nikki go? Nikki flank? Or is he still sitting?
Nikki's currently outside of the box right now. I think he just got Zarek.
Yeah, he got Zarek there. It's like he might open up Punisher to go up towards the roof here maybe, but he has to be careful of Shelm as I keep hearing Shelm bolting. He's on the tree here once again.
And I think we're starting to see a resurgence from Bax here. So, that was a pretty back and forth, then a bit of domination from Ram getting the point cap. But Bax they are coming back very strongly here.
Potential recap in the works here. Just Bax is just working off that momentum. They have momentum right now, and they know it. They're working off of it, which is what Bax's strength is. If they know they have momentum, they will work off of it. Moons needs to get Nikki here. Moons will just B-hop with a pilot and just get him.
That's crazy. 1 minute 40 left in the cap. 2 minute 50 in the half. Or excuse me, in the map.
Yep. Shelm holding the point again like he does. He does get body shot by Osprey. Oh, he dies around the tree.
Mid-jump Osprey with the... What a nade! The team kill from Nikki. That is going to hurt. I can't believe that just happened.
That sucks ass.
That is so horrible for the Ram side. Oh my god.
He had to stop the point cap there. Bax is still ticking down on the point.
And now with 70 seconds, that is oof. Oh, if that is the reason why Ram loses the game here, I will be absolutely flabbergasted, bro. This is insane.
Oh no. You really hate to see it. Seriously. Oh, they are tapping the point here. Greg is on the flank though for Bashar. Need to be careful. Bashar goes down. Punisher on the L-shaped window here. Okay, Moons goes down. Shelm going for more picks. Shelm gets Osprey. Sonora going into the L-shaped window here. Shelm is going to inevitably die.
Good trade
Coach
though from
Greg get him.
Yeah, good trade from Coach right there to get Zenora.
Yep, Bax are working on this cap again. They have about 50 seconds to play with here once they get this. So they really need to be on their game here and play angles, play buddy system. They really cannot take anything aggressive and need to play around that point. Shelm needs to play around the point and deny anybody getting on it. Like right now, Osprey is tapping it. That's significant seconds that need to be saved and preserved by Bax.
Ooh, and then a trade between Coach and Nikki. Brenos is going to push up.
Oh, Shelm goes down around the L shape here. Oh, Zarek goes down too. Ooh, they're losing time here. Very crucial seconds. They have about 30 seconds left to play here. Just about.
Yeah, and I think Bax needs to be wary that if they do prioritize this point, they need to get it. Otherwise, they will be feeding. The points are starting to come back.
Looks like Bax is ahead by 5, but it is still very close. One good team wipe, and either team could come out ahead and win. So this will be very crucial to see. Zenora is getting a good kill on the coach there without, I don't think, losing anybody as far as I know. But Bashar is very close to death in this corner. Moons will just blitz him down.
Man, I don't think there's time for cap anymore. Unfortunate
There's
for
not.
BAX and fortunate for Ram, especially after that team kill. The team kills for
Yeah.
Ram have been the reason why they're not in the lead.
Yeah, Shelm goes down to Osprey, though. Osprey going into this bottom L shape. Does get skimp, I believe, there, too. Punisher's running away from Coach. Punisher will go down. Osprey was not there to help him out. Bashar pushing with this bottom L shape, trying to get some points, but Coach will end up killing him again.
And 17 seconds left in the map. BAX is up by 5. If I'm BAX, I'm staying in the Sunderer, dude.
Yeah, I am not moving. If I'm back, I'm not moving.
Just Operation Do Not Feed here. I think Nikki will get 2.
Yeah,
Ooh, and if Nikki doesn't die there and there's some trades, that could have been a Ram win. But that will be the match right there. 177 to 173.
4 points. If they didn't get those 2 TKs, put that. Think about that. That might have been a tie match almost. Like
that was insane, dude.
ooh. That would have been a tie match almost. I believe they had 2 TKs that half. If they didn't get those 2 TKs, I believe that would have been a tied game.
We can take a look at the scores here and try to figure out who team killed. I think Nikki was the one who ended up team killing the most with
Osprey,
37 kills.
TK'd, I think.
Yeah, Osprey got team killed, and I think Nikki was the one dealing out the damage, unfortunately. Going over the scores, top frag for the Ram side is Bashar, and he did exactly what I wanted to see him do, which is just play a little bit more, I guess, calculated planet side and not just push all the time. Those flanks that he were doing were so much better timed in the second half relative to the first half, and that's, I think, why we see him going 41 and 38 here. Nikki getting 37 kills but only having 32 points. That -5 was huge. If he didn't get that -5,
He had a lot of TKs.
that's Ram winning the match.
Yeah, like that's like I said, like those TKs, it's just like my my B-Hot scrim. Those TKs do add up if you're that close. So that's really, really hate to see it.
Yeah. But going through the rest of the scores for Ram, we have
Sheldon
Nikki
Moon's doing
going.
well.
Yeah, Ram. We'll just wrap up Ram real quick. And the scores are gone. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. I still have them.
Yeah. I'll take a screenshot of it before they disappear on my phone.
Yeah, there they go. They're gone. No. Well, Moons
I
and
took a
Shelm were
screenshot
both...
of them.
All right, good. Yeah, Moons and Shelm were both +11. They were definitely doing what they needed to do. Shelm just had some absolutely disgusting, like 1v2s, absolutely disgusting picks onto Osprey, and especially in the first half. Like, every time you have Shelm bolting on the BAX team, you know you're going to get guaranteed picks that you can play off of, communication or not, in their comms. Like, you know you're going to get crucial picks that you can communicate in between the others that can actually, you know, I don't know how much English Shelm speaks. I don't even know if he speaks any as far as I know. I think Aimflick told me he speaks like 7 words or something like that.
Yeah, Shelm's not much of a communicator, but definitely an all-star player. I have the stats here. So BAX won 177 against Rams 173. Nikki G going 37 and 31, but those unfortunate team kills made him end up only having a net positive of 1. Brenos going 22 and 34, -12. Zenora going 20 and 28 with a -10, so I think he ended up team killing as well. Osprey going 31 and 29. Punisher going 22 and 22, and Bashar going 41 and 38, being the top frag of the game, actually. Backside with the 177 points. Skimp going 23 and 25, -2. Shelm going 39 and 28, huge carry, +11. Coach going 26 and 31, -7. And I believe that was due to his team kill. I think he team killed Graka. I'm not too sure.
I believe,
Moons with the blitz going 37 and 27, +11, the best heavy on his team. Zarek doing a solid job of starting -6, not getting a single kill, but finishing at -5, 26 and 31, outnumbered 2 to 1.
Yeah, very impressive to see that from him, especially with how he started.
As we can hear the aircraft flying overhead, I'm a bit too close to the rest of the map. But lastly, we have Graka is dead going 28 and 32, only going -3 because I believe his one of his deaths was a team kill. So
yeah.
But
so coach probably TK'd him.
yeah. Just solid performance from both sides. I'm gonna switch us back over to to the in-game
Yeah.
match because
Go
we're
to
not.
the next map.
Yeah, we're not seeing any any scores right now. Unfortunately, I just opened up PowerPoint somehow.
Oh, very nice.
But up next we have Gone in Southern, one of my favorite maps to play
this will
on,
be
just
exciting.
due to its simplicity.
Yeah, Ganon Southern is going to be very, very interesting to see against these two, especially after this Paris match. Like, Ganon, I believe, is going to be even more of, like, in your face at this point. Like, this will be very interesting to see these two teams go at it on Ganon.
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, after that performance, I don't know if I could really pin one or the other as the victor here, because I was just so close in all the team kills, like, balancing the score out a bit. Like, I actually just don't know. I think with Shelm playing on a powerhouse, though, I think that might give Vex the win, because you put Shelm on a powerhouse, like bolting a powerhouse, especially Ganon. Yeah, I believe he might be able to outclass Osprey in a little bit there. Osprey did very well though for what he did in Paris, but I do believe Shelm is just, well, it's Shelm.
yeah,
He
I
just
think
he gets those nutty picks.
yeah, where Osprey shined, I think, was when he started to warm up, especially in the beginning of that
Yeah.
second half of Paris. Those kills that he were getting were insane, and I think maybe the breakdown in Ram's performance might have just been due to the team kills, because yeah, if we subtract those team kills from Ram, they won that match against BAX. They
Oh,
I think
yeah,
ended
sure.
up having minus, was it 8 points or minus 6 points, and that was enough to, if you added those points back to their score, they would have won that match
I
against
would have
BAX.
won it. Yeah. Yeah, very. It's like I said, those team kills, they really do add up after a while. You really gotta be sure you're not killing anybody on your team.
Yeah, that's huge, especially for a competitive map like Paris. And Ganon's going to be pretty similar. A lot of close quarters fights, and if you're not aware of where your teammate's standing and you just kind of hold down the trigger, you will end up team killing someone on accident.
Yeah, this is gonna be quite a slugfest to see on Ganon. It's gonna be pretty nice to see. So let's see
Agreed.
if they got their buses set up yet. Yeah, we got Bax's bus, and I believe Ram is also here already. So
Yeah, I think we're just going to wait for the readies
for
in
time
Yell
to
chat.
tick. Yep. Twitch chat spamming both teams' names. What are you doing, Twitch chat? What are you guys doing?
Is this a vote that you guys
Doing
are up to? I'm scared.
doing a giveaway. I don't know what they're doing. I never know what Twitch chat's doing. Every time I see Twitch chat, I just hope I see say an X3 memeing.
Yeah, I think I'm wondering if, because I'm assuming this is Ram's ideal lineup, and if somebody in chat
I
can
would say so.
correct
yeah.
me if I'm wrong. But I'm very surprised to see the new faces of BAX still doing a solid job, especially Moons. That hard carry from
The
Moons,
second map starts in 2 minutes. The second map starts in 2 minutes.
and we can hear here that the second map will be starting in about 2 minutes. But that
Yep.
hard carry from Moons just really shows that the skill and the potential with BAX, once they start to, I guess, play more and get more acclimated to one another, they could be a really strong contender. Because Ram is not a team to be, I guess, underestimated. Although those team kills were one of the bigger reasons why they lost, they were doing an amazing job getting that point cap, punishing BAX for trying to recap it at the end there, and just getting so many kills.
Oh yeah, Ram are definitely not to be underestimated. Like they can definitely turn on a pretty good amount of heat if they're on for a day. Like Nikki and Hearts. Oh wait, are they missing Hearts? I wonder. Do they not have Hearts playing?
I don't think so.
Hearts is one of their actually if Hearts was playing, maybe they would have won Paris, because Hearts is another,
1 minute.
it's usually him and Nikki that are usually tag teaming together. That's interesting. I did not realize that Hearts wasn't on that team till now. So much going on, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's insane actually.
Yeah, so I think aside from Hearts not being on it, these players are the ideal players they would normally use.
Agreed. Yeah, and we're not going to see any changes, I think, in either team's lineups. No subs will come in. So this is
I
going
don't
to
see
be
any so far.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those situations
30.
where both teams know what they're going to do and what the opposite team is going to do, and it's just going to be a matter of individual skill, obviously, as the main thing driving who wins, but as well as that counterplay and just playing some calculated planetside. I hate to say it, but if you actually have an idea of what you're doing and you are looking at the
10.
map and you are aware of the map just as much as you are aware of shooting and aiming, then I consider that calculated planetside. But I think we're actually going to get started here momentarily.
Yep, we're starting. Yep, here we go. We're starting right now.
Let's see if we see any changes in the team comp. It looks like BAX will do the exact same team comp. And Zenora will be switching over to heavy. Looks like he's running back to the bus, actually. I wonder what he's up to.
What is he doing? All right, well, let's see. BAX will have a man advantage, I guess, since Zenora's going back. Already seeing classic powerhouse pushes here. BAX all up on the top of Fat here.
Yeah, and Osprey coming up skinny.
Bashar just pushed up without any conk help there on top Fat, and Rammer just all over the place on short here, killing 2 BAX, but they did end up getting sandwiched there by Moons. I do believe Coach maybe killed someone on door 2, I believe.
I think Script is scuffed at the moment because I saw them get kills, but I'm not seeing any points for Ram.
Oh yeah, they're not getting any points, I believe.
Well, I guess their kills don't matter.
Yeah, all right. I guess BAX wins, boys. See you later. No, I'm kidding.
Or maybe that was, I'm not too sure what happened there, but yeah, 2 people ended up dying for the backside, but those points didn't get calculated in. That's weird.
Yeah, now they're getting points.
Yeah, rigged in chat.
Yeah, absolutely rigged. That's toxic.
Justice for Ram. Justice for Ram.
It's like Moons is going to take 2. We'll get Sonora, actually. Bashar going to door 2. Nikki watching Bashar's flank here, so he doesn't get hit behind from door 1. Probably waiting for the... Oh, Graka just died on the roof here. So they might push off of that, knowing Greg is dead on the roof. Shelm is dead on top Fat here. They are going to be pushing into server to see if they can get any spawns, but they will not get any. And Coach will kill 2 people on top Fat here from short.
Can he get this third? No, Brennis will get the kill onto him.
Yeah, Brennos immediately dies to, I believe that was Greg. I believe? Or was that Moons? No, Moons is running the suppressed saw this time. Okay.
Yeah, Moons and Greg currently running the suppressed saw. No, they love to run that.
Yeah, every time I hear suppressed saw, I think Greg, but Moons is also running it now.
And a solid start from Moons, playing out of his mind right now. +5 with 6 kills.
He's in his zone right now. He's really improved over the practice matches up to PIL I. He is really going into an element of his own currently. He's holding the store 3 here. He might get flanked by Osprey. He needs to watch out. He might pre-fire this. He's trying to get client side advantage on him so he can kill him before he gets bolted. Oh, he does go down. Okay. Brennos does go down outside between door 1 and 2. Greg might get the Bashar here, but he does die to the frag grenade.
It looks like some question marks in chat.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on in chat there. What's up with the question marks in chat there? Not sure what. I don't know what they're talking about.
And I don't know, is the scoreboard calculating everything right now? I don't
know.
Because I think some of the kills that Ram is getting are just not being calculated for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like they should not be 8 and 21 right now. It does not feel right. Very strange. Well, we have 2 Ram heavies sitting on the door 1 here. Throwing up a conk up top Fat. They will get counter conked immediately. I don't think they realized that conk got thrown. Maybe it didn't render for them. Bashar almost dies from short. 3 heavies onto... Oh, we might have a short fight here.
Ooh. Yep. Zarek needs to disengage. I don't know why he's still thinking this.
Coach flanking, though. Tried to Desi splash. Zarek will go down. Brennos as well.
Yeah, a bit of a pistol battle between them two. Brennos does come out victorious, but will get traded out at the end there. And Zenora gets caught on top of the box by himself. Not the best decision making right there.
BAX about to get this cap. 6 seconds left. So looks like Ram are not going to be able to push in and get this. BAX will end up getting this cap. Osprey gets Desi'd off of door 3 right there. Who was that threw that? That was nice.
New conglomerate has taken the facility.
That was a really nice
will
place.
go to BAX. I don't think did the point cap calculate?
Did it?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think this.
I think it did. I think it did. Maybe.
Not too sure.
Script
if it did, I don't know.
Script is not liking Ram right now, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, some of Osprey's shots were way too nutty, therefore and he ends up getting killed to Shelm right there. So clearly the script is not a fan of Osprey's crazy shots right now. Clearly biased script.
Greg trying to go for those commie shots, but Nicky's just head glitching too well on that railing. Moon's on top of Fat here. Will go down. Zenora, I believe, also went down as well. Yep, he also goes down.
And Coach playing support heavy on the roof to help out Zarek because he is currently outnumbered against Punisher and Zenora. And I think it's been helpful for Zarek because he isn't as negative to start this out as he was for Paris.
Script also dead. Chat saying script dead. Man, what is up with the script lately?
Not too sure.
Script is not good right now. Moons does die on top Fat here by the server door. I believe Brenos does get Shelm as well. Greg on Fat here. Coach is also dead on Fat. Brenos and Greg are going for a bit of a fight here. Zarek will come in and get him, but Punisher right behind him with Nikki will also get Greg. So Ram does win that engagement there. Will get point control. So looks like they're just holding short here. Bit of a lull in the fighting here. Osprey
Derek
holding
gets
the
caught out
point
on
here.
the bridge. Moon's
And
going
Shelm
for
and
a
Coach both dead.
flank right now.
Moons, Coach and Shelm are both dead. Greg does get 2. Bashar shooting into server from door 3 is getting pushed by Moons. Moons does go down. Bashar ends up getting away with his life there. Will go around back to door 1. Nikki pushing in Nikki pushing solo here. Osprey will be with him. Sorry. So Osprey will go down. Coach will go down on short. Nikki's still on the point here, trying to cap it over. Making sure backs do not get this. Even though they did get the point cap already, they do just want to get as much time as possible to maybe get a recap. Which can happen on Ganon. It's very easy to hold this point. It's like Nikki is just sitting on the point here. Shelm is on the other box. This is kind of scary.
Is he AFK or okay? There we go. I was like, what is Nikki doing?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. Trying to pull some Saiyan stuff right there. Just hide in the area, wait for someone to walk by.
That was very, very weird.
That was funny.
And looking at the scores right now, Shelm and Moons just hard carry. We said earlier that Gracco was going to be pretty much the hard carry along with Shelm, but Moon's really playing out of his mind today.
Yeah, it's Shelman Moon. It's the Shelman Moon show right now on the backside, and they're just playing out of their minds right now.
Yeah, and Bashar doing a solid job too, though, staying positive and making sure that his team has some sort of good impact. But it looks like the rest of Ram is struggling a bit, specifically Osprey. I was expecting to see, I think, more nutty shots now that he's a little bit more warmed up. But I think these angles that he's getting caught out on are just a bit. Yeah, and Powerhouse is usually a little bit more, I guess, easy to assume where enemies are going to be. Shelm will get caught out by Nikki here.
Yeah, Shelm goes down on the point. Nikki and Osprey are both pushing in onto the point right now. Zenora and Bashar, or Brendo, sorry, killing Skimp here on top Fat. And Moons, that sees Bashar, I think. All right. Just straight up says, hey, I'm playing Quake now. I'm going to rocket you. Shelm looking for a pick. I believe he gets body shot there. Doesn't die.
Yeah, Osprey's going to reposition himself here. And I think he's spotted out right now by a heavy.
And Nikki conking into server, trying to make sure Bax doesn't push. Bax was he didn't conk, he fragged actually. They're countering.
The EMP is huge though. Nikki needs to get out of there. He will be conked.
Oh, Shelm with a good shot onto Brenos on the short there. Zenora pushing Greg right now. Zenora does get one. Skimp with the combi trying to get him. Will get him. Osprey re-peeking short constantly with Nikki here. Moon's on the flank though. Moons does get killed by Osprey. Yeah, those are the shots we need to see. Those are some good shots. Brenos running in, just running in though. Just running in to come and help Nikki here and Osprey. Prevent them from pushing.
I think Punisher's gonna get a drop on a Zarek.
Yeah, let's see how the LAs are doing right now. So Zarek did get pushed off. Moons goes down. I believe he got bolted by Osprey. I believe Osprey just gets Greg there too. Look at this angle hold they're doing. They got 2 heavies holding short right here. Making sure
look at these flank from Bashar and Zenora. They are pushing so far out onto the backside. And Bashar gets out of there unpunished. Shelm has to reload and Bashar gets those kills and walks away.
And they must have done a jungle flank there.
Yeah, Bashar, Zenora, and one more. I kind of didn't catch the name. Did an amazing flank right now. Or excuse me, right there. And get some really good kills on the backs. Shake them up a little. Now they have to wait.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like Ganon can be like this. You can get really good holds on this right here, and you get the recap on this. It is very, very, very bad. That conk will ruin Brenos and Nikki though.
And there's a second one too. They're waiting for it to pop.
Osprey drops as they're both conked. This might be really, really bad, but Greg does die.
Shelm gets one.
Nutty pick. Skimp goes down. Osprey gets, I believe, kills Moons. And Shelm does go down too. So that was
Shelm landed a nasty shot onto Zenora too before he gets killed right there. But Ram's starting to come back. point differential is only 11, and Osprey gets a nasty pick onto Greg too, trying to come into the, just trying to set up outside of the doorway. Poor guy gets destroyed by Osprey.
Yeah, look at this angle. He has to be very careful of Shelm, but he's confident. His confidence looks like it's getting a bit better.
Yeah, and I think that's what we need to see from Osprey right now. That slow start might have messed with his confidence, but did he just get Shelm right there? He does. Osprey is in his element again.
Yep. This is the kind of shots you need to be getting as a powerhouse bolter. You need to be, just even the threat of peeking and getting headshot by a bolter here, especially on these dubs, very, 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 very important for a hold like this. Nikki does end up getting Greg. And Moon's going for a flank, it looked like, but he goes down, I believe, to Sonora there. Osprey goes down, though.
Yeah, Shelm gets a quick scope onto Osprey, but Bashar will get the flank. Punisher, Bashar, and Zenora have been doing some solid flanks on the dubs, and with 40 seconds left, that'll be plus 18 to Ram. Score differential is 57 to 63. That's only 6 points. I'm good at math.
Yeah, if they get this recap, it'll be extremely, extremely huge. Not too uncommon on Ganon sometimes. When teams are like this evenly matched sometimes, you will sometimes see recaps.
Shelm doesn't know.
Oh, Brennos gets Shelm though. He will at least trade one. That's good. He gets the bolter, and I believe Osprey's still up. I believe. Where's Osprey? Oh, is he watching Highway?
Not too sure.
He must have died on the outside, I think.
Yeah,
So
Osprey is
both bolters
currently
were
on
dead.
the inside. I think they did spot out a flank from BAX, and they will pull off. Greg is in a really
Here's areas.
He's in a really bad position right now.
Yeah,
And
Greg.
he will die.
What the hell?
And that's a huge
That's a
recap
recap.
from Ram. You don't often see that.
Yeah, that's a really big recap. That really puts them in the lead right there. That gets them at least a 6-point lead, I believe. Yep, 6-point lead.
And for those
And
that are
maybe a bit
unaware,
more.
point caps when they are the first point cap are 9 points, but Ram recapping gives them 18 points and puts them in the lead.
Yeah, that really makes up a huge deficit from the early part of the first half here. So that's a very, very crucial recap. They're probably feeling pretty good about that right now, but they need to get this control back. They do not want BAX holding this, and yeah, okay. Yeah, this is... BAX is starting to push in now. Zenora really should not go for this. Yeah, he's going to the roof like he should. That's good. On the roof with Punisher, at least have roof control, and then they can regroup from there. Zarek goes down, so they'll have a numbers advantage. They should try to go for a conquest here. I do believe Zenora gets killed by Coach on the roof. Yep, Coach with 1 health left.
Yeah, Coach has been doing
Punisher
some critical watching out for these flanks. He's killed Bashar and Zenora trying to get flanks onto the dubs.
Yep.
And Coach is doing a really good job to make sure the rest of his team doesn't get flanked, and that's huge.
Yep, he does die, but he does make sure Punisher cannot drop. He might drop soon, though. I do believe Zarek is backed up, though. I just heard his GD7F. He is dead, though. So looks like Ram are back in the building now. I got 3 heavies pushing up on Fat here. Nikki on the other side. So they got 4 people now. Coach with the most
that was
ridiculous
bad
push.
decision making right there,
That
buddy.
Yeah. That's one of those peaks where you're like, okay. Wishful thinking, we'll put it that way. Greg gets Sonora, but he does go down, so still even numbers here. Osprey, I think, ran around them. That was weird. He came from dubs right there. Osprey looking for another pick here. Skimp and Moons both pushing in. Need to be careful of the Emp. Yep. I don't believe the Emp hit them. I think it did.
Yeah, and Bashar gets
Moon's
a pick onto
almost
Zarek trying to get the flank, so BAX is
Osprey
kind
down.
of grouped up right now, and Ram knows exactly where they're going to be coming from.
Up Sonora and Brennos get... oh, they don't realize they're both on Fat. They just don't even try to fight him. Greg goes down for free pretty much there. Now they get to sandwich them on short here. Yep, Moons goes down. Shelm's still
Bashar
around
on
here,
a
though.
flank again. He knows where Shelm is.
Shelm
Almost lands that.
Almost. That would have been a nutty shot right there if he hit that. So yeah, Ram is... They're turning it up to 11 right now. They are just holding this. They're working really well together. They're buddying up extremely well. They're holding the angles they need to hold. They're hitting the shots they need to hit. They're turning into a well-oiled machine here on Ganon South. So far, just holding angles still. Looks like Skimp is pushing in with Shelm and Moons. Might see a bit of fighting here. Very risky peek by Skimp. That was very, very wishful thinking, too. Coach with the flank on the Zenora. Does get Nikki and Zenora. Will sandwich Brennos on the short.
Solid kills right there on that flank.
Yep, Bashar on door 3, just hovering around, seeing where people might be. I don't think he spotted anybody though, so he has to be very careful with where he is. Osprey is on door 3. I think he just saw Moons in the corner. Does get Moons right there.
Great
very
shot
crucial
from
pick.
Osprey.
Coach does end up getting Nikki, and he gets Sonora. That's very crucial for BAX. He'll get recontrol of this for sure off of that.
Some
Bashar
more
flanking
solid
for
kills
Dubs.
from BAX, actually, untraded too. And that's
Yeah,
going to be
that's
the half.
Oh man, that was a recap in the first half. Good lord.
Yeah, that was an insane half with some solid plays from both sides. BAX with a solid start in the beginning and getting the point cap, but then Ram adjusting, adapting, getting that recap, and then doing an amazing job to hold on. Looking at points right now, really good performance from Bashar again, going 18 and 14. Breno's 16 and 16. Osprey going 16 and 13, and we did see a slow start from Osprey, but +7 looks like he might have gotten team killed a bunch again.
Maybe. I don't really recall seeing too many team kills, so that's weird.
Yeah, so going 16 and 13, or going +7. Not too sure what led to that to occur, but 17 and 12 from Nikki with a 14 scoreline. I think he might have had a team kill there. And 10 and 15 from Zenora, and then 13 and 10 from Punisher. Going over to the backside, Zarek going 7 and 13, having some issues on the light assault. It was definitely outnumbered in the beginning, and I think something that we saw was one of, I believe it was Zenora, that switched off of light assault to assist in those pushes onto the building inside, making it only a 1v1 for Zarek. So surprising to not see Zarek have some more positive results, specifically also having the assistance from Coach on the roof. Skimp going 11 and 17, -8. I believe he also got a team kill somewhere in there. Shelm going 16 and 14. I believe he was the one who got team killed, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of team kills.
Graka going 13 and 18, and a bit surprising because we did talk earlier about how we expected to see one of the hard carries as we usually see from Graka. Coach going 14 and 14, and then Moons, the top frag of his team, going 17 and 14. Sorry, I cut you off there. Go ahead.
2 minutes
good.
to the second round
Yeah,
starts.
Greg
2 minutes.
is Greg. I'm kind of surprised too. Yeah, normally he's at least positive. -3 isn't really anything too crazy, but yeah, normally you see him really being in around where Shelm is right now. He's at least a little bit positive. Moons is doing really well to make up for that though. Greg does have quite a bit of damage assist though to keep in mind, so he could just as easily have been net 0 or something.
Yeah.
That could have just been Ram just being a well-oiled machine towards the latter half of that first half. They really held that and got the once I got that recap, they were pretty much all up on that point until the half was over. So really well played by them.
Yeah, agreed. And there's just I think it might be Greg really relies on his individual play. And he's definitely one of the more solo players that capitalizes off his ability to just instant kill someone, especially with that Gosaw. That 4-shot headshot is insane.
1 minute.
So I think he
1
might
minute.
just be getting caught out in these situations where Ram is doing excellent grouping, and they're working really well off of each other. And I think that's why we're seeing so many positive numbers for this map relative to the Paris one. Being super grouped up on a map like Ghanen is definitely, I think, more beneficial than Paris, where you can rely on just kind of staying on corners and being in cubbies, stuff like that.
Yeah, Greg was also doing quite a bit of jumping on the roof, trying to get a lot of flanks off. So that could also attest to why he's a bit negative. Maybe his flanks just weren't working as well. Because Ram tend to buddy up quite a lot. They tend to do the 2-man buddy up system, or they just full on group. So Greg was probably just running into a whole lot of 1v2, maybe sometimes 1v3 scenarios on his flanks. So that could attest to why he might be -3 right now. So we'll see how this half goes, maybe if he changes it up or not.
Yeah, and 5 seconds till match start. We're going to see if there's any changes again in the way the teams are composed. And it looks like BAX is going to go with the same lineup, except there's
1, 2, 3,
is that
4,
5
5.
of them?
Yeah, where's their 6? What the hell?
I think they're missing someone, which is again weird. Somebody might have gone for a little potty break.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they really, really needed to get a drink. Who knows? Oh well, guess we'll see what happens.
Rise to the moment you
They aren't
cannot
calling
delay.
for anything, so they're going to keep going. Moons does immediately die on the server. And Shelm immediately dies on the point here.
And Graka
And
will
Greg
die
and
as well.
Skip
He'll
both
get the
dead.
kill on Osprey, but that's a really solid start for Ram, and they're going to get point flip here. I wonder Who was AFK?
Oh,
Restart,
coach
guys.
is here. Coach is here. Oh, they're resetting.
Ooh, another restart
Victory has not
from the
given
backside.
Final
Very
round.
cool.
Sonora in chat's just, oh, he's done. He's like, why? Oh, no. Good old coach disconnecting. The tactical disconnect.
Yeah, definitely
Ram-
unfortunate. BAX team.
Rammer not happy.
Yeah, BAX team definitely unfortunate, but I'm kind of on the side of Ram here of, you know, if the restart occurs, it should be for
Yeah.
something that's everybody is affected, not just because one person wasn't there.
Yeah, they also just had like literally a 4-for-1 push into the building there, so I can kind of understand where they're coming from. That'd be kind of annoying. So can't really fault them too much for being annoyed right there.
Dang, look at
We'll
this
see
dude.
what happens. See
Look
what
at these
happens.
cosmetics.
It's cosmetics. Cosmetics we got. Oh, he's pink? Is he pink? Oh yeah, he's pink. So pink. Mantis helmet and everything. Oh man, he's gone.
Are you not better than this rabble?
I just gotta wait for the point to flip over here now. So let's see if Coach DC's again. We'll see what happens. Coach is not DC'd right now. He is going to the point.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get the point flip so they can reset everything. But yeah, definitely just unfortunate for Ram having such a strong start like that. And I guess you could attribute it to, you know, having one less person, but that start for BAX just, I don't think one extra person would have
Yeah, I
changed
think
much
it-
of their.
Yeah, maybe like 1 kill extra for the backside, but I think Ram executed that push well enough to where the same result would have happened regardless, I think. All right, so let's see. Yeah, they gotta flip it back still. I'll just wait for the countdown here. I'm sure they would like to start this soon again. I think we have a couple more matches today right after this one.
Yeah,
A lot of
there-
matches today.
A bunch of matches today, and then the final will be streamed tomorrow. And chat, I do recommend that you guys at XZnipsel in chat so he can do another giveaway. I'm trying to win one of those bundles, so I need your help.
Be sure to use code word hairline as yesterday. Epic flame.
Just ping Znipsel like I just did in chat so that he's forced to do another giveaway.
Yes. This is how you do it. Giveaway with hair.
There we go. We love to see it. Thank you so much.
All is good in the world. Everyone flaming my hairline. All is good.
It's
in the
all
world.
good. We're all maulding on the inside.
All maulding. Yep. Emotionally maulding, physically maulding.
1 minute to the restart. 1 minute.
Yeah, we got 1
And
minute
since we have
here.
1 minute, I'm just going to play our intro.
Hello
Oh.
Twitch chat. Welcome to PIL. Let's introduce our casters for the match.
I really rock on any block. 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 I really rock on any block.
Doritos wins again.
Shout out our boy Huge Milkers, also known as Doritos, for that amazing intro.
Good old Dorito, man. He's an up and coming editor for sure. He's got his game on lock.
10.
I love you, Twitch chat. You guys are great.
I just hate
Alright,
that
match
the
starter.
one time I go positive is now going to be a meme where I go 50 and 28 in some scrim.
Memes are born. They're not given. They're born. All right, let's see what we got here. So Zarek is on the outside. Bashar going for door 3 immediately. Shelm gets him. Oh man. Rammer not happy. Backs are
Yeah.
immediately much different from the last start of the match. Rammer not happy right now. Nikki
Yeah,
already.
I'm
going
Ram. I'm a
down.
bit pissed off right now because
Oh, yeah.
solid opener
Yeah.
for the first one, and then now we're kind of just absolutely
Now-
pushed out.
Yeah, I think it had to do with Bashar's door 3 flank. Normally bolters will always sit by door 3 here at least, and they'll be watching both server and they'll be both watching the highway. So a bit of a very wishful thinking flank from Bashar. He immediately goes down to Shelm again. So very, very, very quote unquote interesting, as I'll put it. Osprey is in server here, trying to get a pick here for his heavies. Does get coached. That's good. So they
Good
might
shot.
push off this. Yep. Shelm has to be Shelm has to be careful here. Osprey with a crazy attempt at a hip fire.
Surprised he didn't get that. He was like
headshot.
inside of
Yeah.
Graco, but Graco will get the kill right there.
Yeah, very wishful thinking. Looks like Bashar trying to push up onto the server here. Same with Brenos. Greg will die. 2 backs go down. That's a 1-for-2 trade. A little bit better for Ram here. 2 conks go into server. They need to be careful. Skimp might push off this. Same with Coach.
Oh, that
Coach
rocket
very
doesn't
low
kill
on
him. I'm
the
surprised. That hit him
Yeah.
right in his face.
Yeah. I think he had heavy shield up, so it just leaves you with a sliver of health. Shelm is trying to get these picks. He's just not hitting those shots right now. I do believe Coach went down on Fat there. Skimp is regenerating shield currently on the point. 2 heavies plus Shelm still on Fat. Nikki pushing Skimp on the bottom here. Shelm coming in to help, and Moons. Nikki will probably die for this. He will immediately die, but Skimp goes down. Brenos pushes onto Fat. Greg is immediately dead. Flanks behind Moons. Moons goes down. Osprey goes down. Brenos goes down to the shooting in the back of Coach. So that was a lot of fighting right there, all at once.
A lot of back and forth, and this kind of looks reminiscent of last half, where a dominant
very
beginning for
reminiscent.
BAX, but we saw Ram can come back from these positions very, very easily for them. They just have to reconfigure, adapt, and figure out what it is that BAX is doing, and I expect Ram to, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they recapped again. They're pretty strong together.
Yeah, right now, it's a bit back and forth. BAX definitely looked like, oh, Moons gets a really nice jump track onto Zenora there. He tries to jump to the box, but still tracks
Good
him,
shot from
headshots
Osprey
him.
too. He had like
Yeah, Moons
about
immediately going down.
like 5 pixels worth of visibility onto Moons, and he gets that kill.
Yeah, oh, Shelm with a nasty shot into Osprey, though. Absolutely nutty. Shar, I believe, throws a frag down towards Fat, tries to Desi splash, maybe try to cheese a kill off of a splash plus frag. Ram tagging the point, though. They do get the cap for it. So we have 1 bolter, 2 heavies on Fat here. Conk is on Bashar. They will be pushing off this. He's going to need some help here, if possible.
Ooh,
Moons-
and Nikki
Moons and
gets
Coach go
2
down.
amazing kills on the
Yep.
Moons and Coach, both with the Commissioner.
Yep. Nikki
Nasty
is
play from
just-
Nikki.
Yep, Nikki just going into that carry role that he's known for. Ram are starting to do what they did last half. BAX has a strong opening, and Ram are immediately holding the angles. Osprey's getting shots he needs to. The heavies are working together. Nikki gets a 1v2, which happens sometimes with him. That was very crucial for that to happen. Otherwise, that would have opened up a flank onto Ram there had he not killed both of them.
Osprey gets an excellent kill onto Skimp.
Moons pushing on point. Nikki might die. Oh, yeah, he almost gets Moons, but he does go down. So BAX will retag this point here. So just seeing what's happening here. Osprey going for picks again. Trying to get Shelm.
Mano is
BAX
with
does a
you.
good job of grouping up here, getting some solid kills, and pushing out Ram. But they need to
Osprey
make sure
down.
they don't overextend here.
Yeah, Osprey just did go down there, so need to pull back a bit. Maybe look for somehow getting a pick.
When Bashar gets
Without the
punished by
bolter.
3 different BAX members on his flank.
And we got Moons and Skimp holding dubs here, or server here. Shelm gets a
Instant
nutty
peek
shot.
shoots and runs away, getting Brenos. I don't even think Brenos saw him on his screen.
No, he's probably already dead by the time he started shooting.
Oh, and
Skimp
Osprey
goes
with
on Osprey,
another
though.
shot too. The Bolter play this match is so awesome to watch.
Back
I
and
love
forth,
it.
It's crazy. Just back and forth picks. It's nutty.
And Graka doesn't know
Osprey.
Osprey. They were back to back right there.
Yeah. Oh, Ram getting a good push here, though. Brenos does take Coach down on short. They will retag this point again with 10
seconds
left.
left. That's crazy.
Yep, twice now. Skimp on the outside at door 2 right now. Going back towards door 3 a bit. Looks like there's 2 going door 3. Nikki trying to prevent them from pushing off the spawn wave. Good timing from him. Needs to be careful, though. That frag might get skipped. Now it just gets out of the nick of time. Nikki really playing aggressive here, trying to prevent any push on the door 2 and 3 here from the heavies. Trying to get a little bit of time off this point here is probably what he's thinking.
Ooh, and he almost gets Shelm. Skimp's gonna push him and
Oh,
will get the
Nikki
kill.
dies.
Good
Yep.
pinch though from BAX. They end up getting 2 of the Ram players.
Yep.
And I think Coach just got Desi.
I believe so too. Yeah. BAX does get this point, though. They will get this point back. Zenora goes down. Zarek is in the building right now. Almost gets Desi. That was close.
I almost got Desi'd, actually.
They know. They do not lack critical information.
I wonder, though, if I do get hit by a Desi, if it will go through me or not. That was actually a bit scary.
Yeah, maybe. Coach goes down onto server. Dubs here.
And will we see
Bashar,
another
go back out.
10-second recap?
I
don't think so.
I don't think so. I think BAX might get this time. Sure, Ram might be mauling a little bit there after that restart if BAX gets this cap here. Unfortunately. Yep, they will get the
Moons
cap.
does a good job of holding him off on Skinny. Will die, but the point cap will go.
Yeah, just too little too late there. Osprey goes down to Shelm, I think, got that shot there. And Zenora's just pinched in this corner here. He needs help if he can get any help. Punisher's on the flank, but he is going to go down to Zarek.
Zenora's caught
still
in
sitting
a really
this
hard
corner.
spot right now. He needs to get out of.
Oh, no, he goes down. So we got Nikki and Brenos. Brenos goes down to Zarek.
Zarek with a solid kill on the Brenos right there.
Yeah, very nice. So Bashar and Nikki just holding this box here. They need to watch for these cogs, though.
Yeah, 8 minutes left in this final half of the final map, and BAX up 136 to 122. Really good play so far from both sides, though.
Oh, Desi Splash kills Bashar. They double Desi around the box and immediately kill Bashar. Osprey also goes down to that. Shelm goes down to Zenora.
And Ram is in shambles right now, trying to get out of there. Moon's with the knife! What a knife kill from Moon!
Who needs a freaking gun, man?
Moons is
Just knife
so
him.
confident today. 27 kills plus 6, and Shelm 32 kills plus 15. The hard carries for BAX.
Yeah, Shelm is popping off right now. Osprey is just sitting inside the server right now. He's looking for any pick he can get. You should hear the audio cue of the anchor there. You should know that, yep, he knows now for sure. Narrowly dodges that Desi. Nikki should get Moons here. Osprey does go down to Greg. Oh, the Greg flank. Oh, he kills everybody.
That's insane. He will get caught out by Zenora, but the impact of that flank was huge. Ooh, but Skimp dies too. Zenora's doing work.
Oh, Zenora doesn't know.
He gets Shelm. Zenora is crazy.
They actually just looked around each other there for a second. They didn't notice each other, and then they turned around and see each other, and then they start shooting. That was a bit scuffed right there. Moons and Coach both pushing back on the point here. Bashar is trying to shuffle around with his comm. He does get Moons, though, and Coach goes down to Zenora. Very well done. Shelm on door 3, trying to get a pick here. Skimp
will
is
get
on
picked
door
up.
2. Yep.
And
We'll
I
get
wonder if
picked.
we're going to see the point cap come back again for Ram, because
Maybe.
they could do it, and they're strong enough to do it as well. I think this side has been kind of talked about as the more, I guess, the stronger side to start out on, where you have control of dubs already. But honestly, I've been seeing it kind of flip recently, where if you have the ability to hold them outside of dubs, you get more kills here. And Zenora and Punisher are on the roof right now.
He's on the roof. He's on the roof right now. Nikki is just right
Ooh,
angling.
Zarek on a flank, though, will get Zenora. It's just Punisher right now. Zarek needs to get out. He will reload in time.
Fat. Yep, Moons is on fat. Trying to get Bashar. Bashar will go down. Osprey is also down in the back of the point to a Greg flank. So right now, Ram completely wiped, I believe, and they will regroup and try to repush onto this point here. Punisher going around the flank just to regroup with his team here.
Yeah, and I think Ram should just really focus on frags right now.
And Moons is dead.
They subtract the points that they got for recapping, it's equivalent to what BAX got for capping both halves.
Yeah, see, this Nikki and Bashar double teaming right now just killed like 3 or 4 people right there. This is what they need to do when they keep repushing in. They need to just keep doing this.
Yeah,
just keep
just
doing the whole bunny
control
system
is
grouping.
key right now, because the scoreline is super close, 152 to 144. BAX in the lead, but Ram has the skill right now, and they're landing nasty shots. It's just a matter of making sure that they don't feed.
And Nikki goes down around a little bit of a wall there.
Moons will get a good trade
Right,
onto
Bashar
the
dead.
Bashar kill, and he gets Osprey as well. That pilot comes out, instant kills him.
God, that weapon. The good old-fashioned Rel Blaster. Brenos does get Moons on top of Fat here. Zenora will go down from a flank on door 2.
Ooh, and
Not
Brenos
a
gets
flank per
Coach
se.
as well. That's a solid double kill for him.
Yep, Greg might be pushing towards the point here. Shelm looking like he's going to go to Fat. Probably going to peek into server here. Yeah, he's peeking into server right now. Trying to get a pick. Does get emped off.
Zarek's going to get double teamed here on the roof. He's going for the verticality. Is he going to get both of these kills? The pistol's out. Ooh, Bashar barely gets away. But Bashar's playing aggressive. Zarek's trying to wiggle. He's waggling. He dies. He's no Dorito. He's no Dorito.
Yeah, he's trying to Dorito him. Almost does it.
But BAX knows about this positioning. They're looking for Bashar. And Bashar is hiding right now. He's this poor man. He doesn't know where his friends are.
Poor Bashar. Oh, he has actually a really good chance at a flank if he times this right.
Yeah, I think BAX is assuming that he fell back. So he has a really good flank setup.
Bashar does get him. He does get him, and they don't push off of him because I believe they had support from the roof. Zarek kills Punisher. Moons does end up finishing him off, though. Had Punisher killed Zarek there, I think Bashar and Punisher might have killed Moons there. A lot of fighting on Fat here. Shelm and Moons both dead. Osprey down. A lot of trading going on now. Ram will touch the point again.
Completely pushed out of here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, so cap is not possible. If I am Ram, I'm playing hyper aggressive, and I'm putting my best players up front, giving them support and trying to get kills here. 11-point difference between the two teams.
Yeah, they definitely need to be playing a bit more, a little bit smarter here, and they really need to group up and just have raw EHP and firepower in these fights.
And a skinny flank coming from Skimp right now. The anchor's out.
Nutty shot. Shelm hits a nutty shot on the Nikki there. Brenos goes down to coach on short. Just too much trading going on right now for Ram.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. BAX has a pretty good lead, but not something that can't be done in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think if Ram can't get some solid kills and some good wipes onto BAX, then this will be a BAX dub, but it's not out of the question yet for Ram to come back.
Yeah, if they get like, it's very, very close. Like, you know, Ram could just turn on out of nowhere and just get 2 good team wipes with like maybe 1 or 2 deaths per. And it'll be really close, and they'll almost get a lead here. Moons and Brenos both go down. Osprey going down to, I believe, Shelm. Shelm just absolutely getting every shot right now.
And a huge flick on to Shelm right now. He will die to Punisher. Yeah. Bashar and Punisher are pushing up Fat. I don't think Greg knows. Greg has no idea. He turns on him. Never mind. No, Zarek got that. Zarek got that kill, but Greg definitely assisted in that.
Bashar is on door 1 right now, trying to fight Moons. Moons will pilot him again. Osprey does trade off of Moons, though. Oh, and Shelm immediately gets him. Shelm was just
kind of alone right now.
And Brenos just holding that box. Shelm knows he's there now, so okay, Skimp does end up getting him. Oh, he's looking for that short.
BAX is starting to feed a bit, but Shelm landing some nasty shots right here.
Oh, he gets the Nora too. He hears Bashar though. He has to reload. He hears Bashar. Shelm was just all over the place right now. He is just going nuts.
Yeah, he's popping off.
He is ensuring. Did he just get Osprey?
Yeah, he did.
He did just get.
Shelm is insane. 39 kills plus 15, the top frag of the game.
Yeah, he is popping off right now. Skimp and Coach is buddying up on short. Shelm once again in his little spot there by top Fat, looking for a peek. Looking for a pick, but he doesn't get it. Nikki does end up pushing in and killing Greg. I believe they have a numbers advantage there. He should totally conk push off this. Punisher does that to Moons, though.
Nikki going for some wild B-hops. He's getting some crazy kills right now. But Moons on the flank gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? He's running away.
And Zenora does go down to Moons there. Bashar trying his best to calm me down. And
Shelm gets that.
Yep, Shelm ends up getting him.
And this looks like GG. 15 seconds left, 186 to 174. Only 10 seconds left now on the map and in the match. Looks like BAX will win both of the maps. And honestly, super impressive performance from both teams. I'm not mad if I'm even the losing team. Some super awesome performances. And looking at the point differential here, it's really just Shelm with the insane carry going plus 14.
Yep, the powerhouse bolting spread of those points. It's very, 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 very common. No surprise to see Shelm doing that. Osprey also going positive too as a bolter.
Yeah, if we go over the final scores here, 175 Ram to 187 BAX. Top frag on the, and it looks like there is a -5 point adjustment. Not sure what that was, but it does look like Bashar is the top frag tied for the game actually with Moons, both getting 40 kills and same amount of deaths, going 40 and 32 on both sides. But Bashar doing a really awesome job. I think he learned a lot from that first match, that first map on Paris, and really adjusted his timings here on Ganon. But to go over the rest of the scores, Brenos going 30 and 33, getting a -7. I think there was some team kills there as well.
Definitely some team kills, yeah.
Osprey going 32 and 31, going +3. Nikki G going 31 and 24, +4. Some awesome kills from him too. He was doing some crazy B hops. Zenora going
he has some good aim.
26 and 33, and lastly Punisher going 24 and 24, doing a really good job as light assault. To go over to the backside, Zarek going 23 and 26, -3. Some marginal improvements we're actually seeing from Zarek each map.
I would say so, yeah.
Skimp going 22 and 34 with the -13, a bit of a feed there. Shelm with the crazy 39 and 26, +14, carrying his team, along with Moons going 40 and 32. And lastly, we have Graka is Dead going 28 and 35. A bit surprising again, as we said in that first map. Not that carry that we were expecting from Graka. And lastly, Coach going 22 and 30.
Yeah, Moons kind of took over the role of Greg here in this set, I would say. Moons did pretty solid throughout every single map. And obviously Shelm has just been, doing what Shelm does. Just 180 flick headshots, doing whatever the hell he can. He just gets pick after pick after pick. So very, very, very big X factor there for Shelm. Had Shelm maybe not been playing, and maybe Greg bolting, Greg would have probably done well, but maybe the point gap would have been a little bit closer. So just goes to show how strong Shelm is of a bolter.
Definitely. And Osprey, although he didn't go as positive, he had some really crazy moments, and I think we caught a lot of them on the cam as well. He was landing some crazy shots. I think it was more of him just getting traded out once he would get those crazy shots. And I think we actually have interviews that will be occurring here with Nikki G and Coach from each side. I think they just need to get dragged up here soon. But
at some point.
Definitely excited to ask them some questions on what they thought about the game and if there were any lessons learned.
Ask Coach about his internet connection.
yeah, and definitely some questions about the delayed starts for both of the maps actually. But crazy performances from both sides. This is actually extremely fun to cast and to watch.
That's about what I expected, I'd say. I expected this to be quite scrappy.
Yeah, both teams super evenly matched, just resulting in a really back and forth. Like I was flying around everywhere, and there was action everywhere I went.
Yeah. I couldn't really catch it all on my end. It was just so much stuff going on. I couldn't really see too much of the LAs. There was just so much action inside. So we'll see when we have these interviews coming up at some point here.
I wonder if I'm supposed to drag them on.
I don't know.
Insufficient permissions.
No, insufficient permissions. Whoops.
Yeah, whoops. Big oof.
But outside of that, I am kind of interested, and I might talk to Graka after about what was going on his side. Not getting that hard carry that we're usually used to seeing. I'm not too used to seeing him go negative actually ever. It might have been maybe just the play style of Ram being different, or maybe it was the nerves of being in front of on screen with a lot of people. But he's usually in his element.
Yeah, it could have just been the way the games were being played. Like Moons had a lot of the kills. And who do we have here?
Looks like Nikki G. What's up, my friend?
What's up? Where's Coach? Coach just told me go up, and now he's stuck down there.
He has no perms. If you're PIL staff, are you able to take him up?
Oh no.
No, insufficient permissions.
You hate to see it.
Fucking folk snipsel. Coach, no perms.
He's yelling at me at the moment saying, Shogdor, no perms. I don't have the perms either. But Nikki, I'd love to hear kind of what you saw from the backside and what you thought they were doing well, and then what you thought you were doing well. Perfect. Hello, Coach. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
That's perfect. I'm glad. I'm doing fine.
Nice. A little sweaty. My ass is kind of flowing right now.
Oh no.
So Coach, I want to actually send a question over to you first. I was seeing a lot of you watching the flanks that were being done by Bashar, and it looked like the majority of the time you were focusing on those flanks to make sure everybody else on your team wasn't getting flanked. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit more about your decision making there and what brought you to do that?
I mean, I'm fucking feeding, dude. So it's like, might as well just fucking sit with the group, watch the asshole, and then anytime they try and poke on up it, just be like, hey, they back there, they spotted. Hey, that man back there. I did put a couple shots on him, just like, oh, he got a little damage on him.
Nikki G trying to poke around, you know?
Yeah,
Nice
Nikki, who
poking
do you,
understanding, dude.
Nikki, from your side, who was the person that was just the most annoying, that you were just having the most issues with when it comes to the backside?
Well, if you didn't see that on your own, then you're pretty blind. obviously, Kshelm, what the fuck?
Yeah, Shelm was popping off. And Osprey was popping off too. I think, Coach, who did you think you had the most difficulty with on the Ram side?
Yeah, I'd say probably Osprey, just because he was always up, he was always protected by heavies, and he was hitting a fair amount of shots.
Damn bolts, dude.
Yeah, there was some crazy moments. What about Ram? The Ram side had a lot of team killing as well. What did you feel was the kind of the thing going on there, Nikki?
Did you not see my Kobe nade on Paris?
Oh,
Dude,
everybody saw your Kobe nade.
I threw it from the spawn tunnel onto point because I thought, hey, that's a cool nade. Maybe it hits the point box, you know? And then somehow I killed Osprey with it.
Yeah, we saw that Kobe nade, and that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen,
The
actually.
play of the game right there. And
Oh,
then, I don't know,
Lord.
just a bolter running in front of you, I guess. Unlucky.
True. Leroy, you have
Sean
any
was
questions
all
for
over
him?
that. Yeah, Sean was all over that tree. Yeah, I saw you guys doing a whole lot of sort of what DDRG does. They tend to buddy up a lot, and they tend to do a lot of group pushes. I didn't really see all too many flanks aside from the very beginning of, I believe the second half. I believe Bashar was trying to do some like flank over to door 3 immediately, and like he gets bolted by Shelm twice.
You know, it worked perfectly in the first opening, but then bad luck, second opening, Shelm learned his lesson and watched that corner.
Yeah, Shelm was just, that's what we saw from our side. Shelm was just all over the place. just don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, this man.
It was like, Shelm is down, okay, now we can push, and it's like, it was really the battle of the bolters from our side. Like,
Yeah, that's what it looked
if Osprey
like.
got Shelm, then we could push, but if Shelm is up on Garnon, there's not much you can do as a heavy. Like, he could be small, you peek small, you're insta-dead, and if you peek big, you're also dead.
Yeah.
So, that's just Garnon for you.
Yeah.
Hence why I started to watch the ass.
Coach, I do have one more question for you. What happened that first map when on Paris where Rams started but BAX everybody didn't start? Can you talk about what happened there?
Okay.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
So about 20 minutes before match started, I went up in the fucking ref channel with like 30 people, and I'm just like, hey, so we just have to use this TeamSpeak, right? We just have to be sitting in here, but we can use another TeamSpeak. And everybody's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, that's it. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So everybody muted ourselves in PSB TeamSpeak because nobody said anything about starts being called. Because like I'm so used to all like the starts and everything being called in yell chat, like, and so nobody said anything. So it was just like,
I see.
well,
So you guys were muted.
So we
and
were
then
all
you didn't hear
muted
the
in this
countdown.
TeamSpeak. Yeah.
That's funny. And then I'm assuming the second one I heard you disconnected.
Okay, so about
Plug this network cable, dude, on purpose.
in the
Live
fucking
on stream.
about 9 minutes into the first half of Ganon, my dad tried to set up a printer.
Oh God.
And
no.
Everything went down for about 5 minutes. So I was out for about 5 minutes in the first half, and then like got it back up, came back, and then fucking right about 20 seconds before we were gonna start, it went down again because he tried to connect it again. I was like, Dad, can you not? I told you to stop. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Paid dead, all rigged.
You're just like, oh, the auto connect button. Let me press that.
It'll work, right?
It'll be
What
fine.
could go wrong?
A printer. That's tragic. Well, I do
Dude,
appreciate.
it fucking saved us, dude. I'm so proud of my dad.
Shout out the printer. But I do
Save the
appreciate you
opening.
guys coming in for the interviews, and I think this will actually be the closing for this one. Up next, I'm not too sure what we have as the next match. We'll actually look at the.
Yeah, see the schedule. Yeah.
pull it up live on stream.
Live on
Competent streamer.
stream. Up next is B-Hot
yes.
versus DDRG. Going to be a crazy match. And then
Oh,
our
that's
last
gonna be
match of the
nice.
day will be B-Way versus BAX. So make sure everybody stays tuned for what is going to come up next. But I have been Shockter. My co-caster today has been Leroy.
Yes.
Feel free to check us out again, Leroy Twizzlers on YouTube and Twitter, or I don't even know,
Twitter.
Twitch, and and Shockter with 2 R's on Twitch. And once again, thank you, Coach and Nikki, for talking to us here at the end. But we're gonna close out the stream here, and once again, stay tuned for the upcoming matches. Love you guys. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna run the intro video one more time, bro.
Do it. Yeah.
Hello Twitch chat. Welcome to PIL. Let's introduce our casters for the match.
I really rock on any block. 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 I really rock on any block.
Doritos wins again.